Have you ever wondered if the words someone casually uses could reveal more than they intend? In many relationships, people focus on actions while overlooking subtle changes in communication. Psychology suggests that when someone is struggling with guilt, emotional conflict, or hiding an important truth, it can sometimes influence the language they use. That doesn't automatically mean a person is being unfaithful, but certain repeated phrases, especially when combined with noticeable behavioral changes, may signal that something in the relationship deserves attention. Understanding these patterns can help you approach situations with greater awareness instead of making assumptions. One phrase that often stands out is, "You don't understand me anymore," or "You don't know me like you used to." At first, this may sound like a simple complaint, but it can reflect a deeper emotional disconnect. Sometimes the person feels genuinely misunderstood. In other situations, they may already be comparing the relationship with another emotional connection. Whether or not another person is involved, this phrase usually indicates that emotional needs are no longer being met. Instead of immediately becoming defensive, it's worth asking why your partner feels that way and whether communication between you has slowly broken down over time. Another common statement is, "I just need some space," or "I want some time for myself." Wanting personal space is completely normal in a healthy relationship, and everyone needs time alone occasionally. However, context matters. If this request suddenly appears alongside increased secrecy, unexplained absences, constant phone privacy, or emotional withdrawal, it may suggest that more is happening beneath the surface. A person who genuinely wants space often uses that time to relax, reflect, or focus on personal growth. But if they become increasingly distant from you while remaining socially active with everyone else, it may be a sign that your relationship needs an honest conversation. A third phrase that can raise questions is, "That's none of your business." Healthy relationships depend on trust and open communication. While everyone deserves privacy, repeatedly shutting down reasonable questions with defensive responses can create emotional distance. If your partner avoids simple conversations about changes in their routine or reacts with unusual irritation whenever you ask about something important, don't ignore those feelings. One defensive response doesn't prove anything, but a consistent pattern of secrecy deserves respectful discussion instead of silence. It's important to remember that none of these phrases alone prove infidelity. People say these things for many different reasons, including stress, anxiety, work pressure, depression, or personal struggles unrelated to the relationship. The real warning signs come from patterns rather than isolated words. Notice whether communication has changed, whether trust has declined, and whether openness has been replaced by secrecy. The healthiest approach is always honest conversation rather than accusations. Listening carefully, asking thoughtful questions, and creating a safe environment for both partners to speak openly often reveals far more than suspicion ever will. Strong relationships are built on trust, respect, and communication. If you notice repeated emotional distance, don't ignore it, but don't jump to conclusions either. Instead, pay attention to consistent behavior, encourage honest dialogue, and work together to understand what has changed. Sometimes these conversations strengthen a relationship, while other times they reveal issues that have been hidden for too long. Either way, awareness gives you the opportunity to make informed decisions instead of living with uncertainty. The goal isn't to catch someone doing something wrong, it's to understand your relationship clearly and protect your emotional well being through honesty, respect, and mutual trust.